Hey folks, somebody asked about career mistakes, picking up the pieces. And I think that many people who have been working for several years will have a list of these. This might be the job they stayed at too long, the job they didn't take, the job that they left too early, the job they never applied for, decisions made within a job, all sorts of things that one could regret. And I would start off by saying that these are like regrets and not toxic commentary. So if you are in a space that's toxic, do your best to recover yourself, get out, try to have an emergency fund, make sure that you're financially secure. These comments are about mistakes that you made that you want to recover from in the future. And first, I'd say to look back and think about, honestly, were there any warning signs that you dismissed or that you missed completely? And this is not to beat yourself up about having missed those warning signs. This is about having things to look for in the future to help you not go back into this situation. So what can you learn about this situation that you can take forward in the future to help you avoid these kinds of situations? My biggest mistake ever from a career perspective was going to a role that was fairly well defined as something that I was interested in and something that I thought that I could do pretty easily. And while it was something I could do pretty easily, the job that ended up being available once I arrived was different than the job that I had been promised. And I stuck it out for a little bit to see if it would change, to see if I was at all interested in that job, and it turned out no, I wasn't. And so I left because at a certain point, like, you don't have to stick around in a job that you're not interested in. And that really helped me understand what are the things, even if the job isn't precisely what it is, do I like the company enough? Am I interested in the other pieces enough? Am I going to grow enough? And if I wasn't going to grow in the other role, then why stick around if it's not a job I wanted? So after you've looked inward, the next thing I'd say is to look outward. So I myself at that point decided to teach myself Python, which was a language that I hadn't learned before. I think that, anything to get your brain putting down some new paths is great. So whether that's learning a new skill, getting outside into nature, picking up a new hobby, whatever it is, I'd really recommend getting out of where you're at in your brain and doing something new. And that energy will really come out whenever you're talking to anybody, as opposed to the negative energy that you have when you're stuck in a role that you really don't want or a situation that's not working out for you. And that comes in great when you start to your third path, which is to go out into the world and start finding the new role. And because now you have the energy, you have the things that you're looking out for, which empowers you to make a better decision going forward. And I'd say don't tell everybody about the learnings that you had. I would say tell everybody about the new thing that you're doing. Bring energy to it. Have a couple of different stories for public consumption. These are not your lessons learned. But yeah, don't dwell, reframe. You've got this. And, everybody's career has a few squiggles in it, a few knots. That's what makes us interesting and unique and brings us as individuals to the space that we're in. So, yeah, good luck.